looks good.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris. Road check, what's up? Sound check, sound check. You guys can hear me and Anna?
Yeah, hopefully they can.
Hopefully.
Your repurposed
Awesome.
freighter drifts
Very
through
cool.
space.
And I
As you
need to log
stare out
into
at the
Twitch.
star-flecked void, another ship comes in. Wait, is this sci-fi? I thought we agreed on a World War II campaign. Oh,
Yeah.
we?
Awesome.
That's
Yeah, I'm
good. I
hanging
can
in
feel
there.
it.
Busy work
The
week.
smell of
Miserable
smoke
weather here.
hurtles in your nostrils.
You know,
Hold up, I thought
could
we
be
were
worse, I
prepping for a
guess.
zombie apocalypse campaign.
There we go.
All right, here's what we're doing. It's the year 3700. Humanity's elite fled to other planets long ago, taking with them all forms of advanced technology. Earth survivors scrape
get the
by with
giveaway
historic
going.
tools as weird phenomena plague abandoned nuclear sites. Witnesses
Oh,
report
yes.
seeing
It's
glowing
our
lights and the
stick
dead
here.
rising from
Yeah,
their
we
graves.
do
And
that
amidst
every
the
day.
Oh, yeah, we
chaos,
talk over the
three
ads. It's our
strangers will meet in a
shtick.
dim bar. A
Always.
veteran zombie slayer, a disgraced general out for revenge, and a space
Always.
mercenary sent to investigate the power plants. Now describe your characters.
Always. And my
How
sponsors,
did you do that?
too bad.
I have the right
They
to
know.
for the job.
They all know. This is Troller right now, and they all know. Oh, that's cool. That's good. It's good. Yeah. After the sagging part of this, I'll move it on. I know we're running a couple minutes late. Well, actually not. 6:48. Well, yeah. So, let me see here. Boy, I got a lot of publications for this one. Horley. Ton of Dragon magazines. Looking for one in particular. Huh.
Oh yeah, the
A
trolls
story
are awesome.
once
Yeah.
spoken is ageless.
Troll Lord Games will have a booth.
The
Are
dungeon
supposed to have a
had
booth
you
right next to us at
without
Page
end.
when we have our entire
Curious
five
are the ones
gaming
most
tables at the
great.
Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo.
The tree
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working behind the scenes on a lot of stuff, so
From stillness, the
Yeah.
mage is stirring.
it's gonna be awesome.
From
But that's
countless
a ways
voices,
off.
the castle
But
Oh yeah.
pretty
it's
soon,
like-
pretty soon we're gonna have to,
Zach
do all our
Endure.
submissions for GaryCon. That's
Those are
next
lucky.
March. We're gonna have to do
Remember
game
to
submissions already.
I just got flight tickets to my next convention. That is a secret one
Oh yeah,
in July. Yep.
July.
Yep.
Wow,
Yep. A
huh.
secret little convention. Yep.
that's interesting.
Yep.
As Chris said, I had a shot at going to Houston, right, Chris? But my surgery is, well, now it's the 12th. It's 3 days before it for my second hip. So that
Oh, then
ain't
you can pray. You're out of the sick bay by.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
that ain't
You need to
happening.
take it, no, you need to take it easy. Yep.
Yeah, that's not happening this year. All right, let me bring up some quick shout outs ahead of time. Yeah, man. Well, I appreciate it. Always have a blast. I was spoiled last year at GaryCon. I mean, right, all my games were behind the glass, right, in the chop house. So, but
Hello, Kevin.
yeah, so we're gonna have fun again this year. And we got a ton of people going to Page this year too.
Yeah.
I really hate when I forget what the heck I was just doing.
Well, it's age. I walk into
Thanks.
a room and I forgot what the heck I was
That's thank.
supposed to come in. Yeah.
Oh, now I remember. I was like, how the heck can I remember? I'm just gonna show what else is coming up for the rest of the week. It's a little early. I know Darling's not on, so she won't be radiant to us. She had some tech issues, but that's okay. We'll get the people coming in. Hey, Iron Chef. Oh, it would be nice if I shouted out everyone, too. Holy jeez, give me a sec.
Yep.
I completely forgot about that. I prepped them all up.
Sounds awesome. Yeah.
How far do you have to travel for that in July, Anna?
9 hours.
9 hours? That
I'm
means
not
it's out of the
saying
country.
Well, it depends on how you see it. I'm not going to say more. Yeah. No, it's not out of the country. It's just a little bit out of the way, and I have to make 2 stopovers.
Oh.
Flying from Ontario, California. So yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's a little bit of a flight, but it's okay. It's worth it. It's going to be fun.
Huh.
I can hopefully talk about it now.
Oh, so it's in Florida?
Nope.
No.
Nope. I'm in the heat already. I'm good. I don't need to go in the heat.
You don't need any more heat.
I think I'll be fine with that.
Alrighty. Rogue. Deities tonight. Deities for thieves, assassins, bards, bounty hunters, bandits. Right up my alley.
Yeah.
Hello, good to see you. First time chatter in. What's up, Jeremy? Yeah, these are great deities. A lot of these rogue chick are, especially for demi-humans, are probably universal. So that's the good thing about it is you can, and even the GREYHAWK, some of the GREYHAWK deities. So I'm going to show a deity or two that are not specific to GREYHAWK that I may use. So, yeah, the Wandering Minstrel. But his pick isn't up there, Dark Elf. Hope you're okay, Dragger. I think you got a game, right? Let me finish these shout-outs. Give me 1 second here. We're almost there. Alright, we're good. Alrighty. Assuming Mike's coming on. He didn't say he was not. Oh, he is. He's waiting, and I didn't even realize it. Duh! Sorry.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, Mike.
I'm hanging in here. Hello. Thank you, Mike, for coming in, saving me. Saving my butt here today. Yeah. Otherwise, we have to rely on Jay. Yeah.
Which is bad.
No, it's not bad. It's okay. Yeah.
This is another good Mike idea here as we continue the
Mm-hmm.
deities talk. We got a whole bunch coming here. I'm Jay K. Lord Gazumba, with me, Anna B. Meyer, the great map maker, and the legendary blogger, GREYHAWK Mike Bridges. So, a couple hours of discussions here on rogue deities, and I said that could be assassins, thieves, bards, bandits, bounty hunters, brigands, whatever you want, whatever you want. So, continue this discussion. We did monster deities last week, and so why not do some deities here? I know I got a couple obscure ones, super obscure. I'm assuming Mike will be stepping up with that as well as he always does. And Anna can be along for the ride tonight.
I will come with some dumb comments now and then.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Quick announcement. I got one of my main guys is out tomorrow night, and we're doing like 13th through 15th level characters. So I changed what we're doing tomorrow night. And let me tell. Is this on the wrong? Of course. See, the life of a streamer is never. It is set. It's not set to the right thing. Give me a second.
Is that a wrong button?
No. It's what happens is this. The desktop it defaults back to display 1 sometimes. There we go. Instead of my display 2. And I'm using I'm using XSplit broadcaster. So tomorrow we're going to run a little quickie one shot with the one of the worst named groups in my of my players, the Omega Patrol characters. Is it a wrong? The ever mysterious Tim? Tim, if you're bored and you got some deities, you can come on, man, as usual. Be ever mysterious. Confrontation at somewhere, and so we will see. That'll be tomorrow night. It'll be like 8th level characters, 7:30. With Printing Goes Ever On, gift certificates tonight. Hey, Fosco, good to see you again. All right, I'm Dem. Real quick, and it'll be on Friday, Saturday night, Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
A fistful of ... with this group of we got Coco, Curtis, Phantom, and Brett. I may add 1 or 2 more still, and then Sunday night after a long, we've never had Doug Niles on. It's gonna be awesome Sunday evening. All right, so that'll finish up the week. Big week coming up. All right, so
I felt like the outro stuff at the beginning.
yeah. Get through some of that, just because I know a lot of people rolling in and out. Just a lot of people are like, "Oh man, you're playing super high level." Yeah, but we're not because of Walt being out, and his character is a 13th, 15th mage thief, so it's kind of hard to replace that character. Rogue deities.
Mhm.
Some come to mind right away if you're a Greyhawker. Others not so much. Guess you just remember it's from what era you've played. So, Mike, what is the most popular top deity that comes to mind?
Well, popular deities is mainly because of core deities,
Yeah.
core deities. So it's fun putting this together, finding rogue deities that you don't hear about or you even forgot about, because it does go, I think, pretty deep. But yeah, unfortunately, Ola Damara would be the most popular, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
He's got a better PR agent than the others.
Look at that.
Well, he has the right portfolio for it to become popular. The
Yes,
Greek and revelry and stuff. That's
he's
the
got a lot
portfolio.
to like.
Yeah.
Yes,
Dragon
yes.
70. Boom. I already had it open.
But
Old
what about
Damara,
the
yeah.
actual thievery? It's more the having fun and joyful and all that.
Not necessarily thievery, but definitely roguish
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
stuff.
music, revelry, roguery,
Music,
tricks and jokes,
bards,
wine and spirits he's the
Yeah.
deity of for
Mhm.
Greyhawk.
party,
So, did I do the giveaway?
bard.
I set the giveaway. Yep. So tonight, if you don't have this, I'm giving this away. This is the entire Against the Slave Lord series in reprint A1 through 4. Boom. Alrighty. If you already have it, I'll get you something else out of the reprint pile. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Alrighty, everyone's eligible exclamation point drawing just beyond at the end to claim. So yeah, Old Damara's got a lot of covers a lot, and once again, as these deities were coming out, this is like the Oridians, right? Gary has his list. Leonard Kafka had his list, but it hadn't come out yet, right? So, man, I got to cover a lot of areas. So this is where anything to do with being a bard or a thief is really Old Damara's realm here. You know, the Laughing Rogue is what he is. So it says here, and I love that it says this. It counts jesters in here, which I love that class by Roger Moore. Bards, jesters, vagabonds, beggars, and common folk as well. He's wanders of prime material in many guises, stealing from the rich, the haughty, or the evil. Even though he's neutral with chaotic tendencies. So
He doesn't strike me as the god that worries too much about ethics in that sense, as long as you're not too cruel. So as long as you're not a killjoy, then you're good. Yeah.
You think so? I don't know.
To some degree, I think so. Yeah, he probably good-hearted, but on the other hand, he overlooks, and also depends on the purposes, so to speak. He might be a chaotic, meaning he probably likes it as long as it's free-spirited. A little bit of taking possession, meaning he doesn't care about what the law of the land, as long as you're not too cruel, because that kills the joy and the fun.
I don't know. I think that he has a serious side to him a little bit, even though it's
Uh-huh.
what's up? Oh, Mike, what was that? What was
Nothing.
that?
Nothing. Party.
Party.
Yeah.
I love this little mini story in here, right? Where it says, when Oldemar was once trapped by Zagig, the mad archmage forged him into a carapaced animal shape as punishment for attempting to steal Zagig's trove. Even though he escaped the fate, he retains the ability to create this horny shell on his back. Beneath this cover, Laughing Rook can use his spells to escape, leaving the shell to cover his getaway. Huh. That's interesting.
Mhm.
So he can do a carapace, yeah. And 3, he's chaotic neutral. Interesting to learn he originally neutral chaotic. Dark Elf, they changed. They really started messing with stuff as editions went.
Well, how they interpret and how they use alignment has changed over the editions too. So both how it's used mechanically and how it's described and stuff like that. Meaning in the beginning we didn't even have the 9 alignment in basic D&D and stuff that came later. So that has evolved slightly over the editions.
Yeah, but still, first edition, you had category, category. You had them all.
Yeah, first edition AD&D had them all. Yeah,
and a lot of stuff is like, I don't know if we're going to get into that discussion. Like, orcs go from lawful evil to chaotic evil for some bizarre reason, right?
Well, that is another interesting thing. Sometimes they've been chaotic and sometimes they've been lawful. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, they're always lawful, and then they change them to chaotic
awful,
evil.
Yeah, but they sometimes they can be Mm-hmm. And
well, sometimes all of them. Sometimes elves
Yeah.
can be lawful good too, even though they're
Mm-hmm.
mostly chaotic good.
Yeah.
I mean, as a whole, it's just some weird things happen. The tendencies are unspoken. Yeah, that's it, Dark Elf. Absolutely. So this is like the big one here. Not very many of my players in my campaign actually go to Aldemara. They kind of go off the beaten path.
Is he that much of an asset to someone, or meaning why would you choose him to be better at pilfering things and withstanding? Is he one that can aid you in your quest as a unsavory troublemaker, so to speak? Or...
That is a great question, and here's my my comeback to that is, well, here's all my specialty priests. This tells you how popular the deities are in my game. If I make a priest up of it with special abilities, look, there's no Oldemara on here. So I don't know, but there's a lot of other thief ones on here. But there is no Oldemara at all out of 40 some deities. It's not been requested by my players.
Yeah, I've never had as a player character that worshipped it, but it's been kind of used as an excuse, or like you give a drink to him at events and stuff like that. So it's been more like more of a tradition or a folksy thing rather than something you really worship in that sense.
Whoops. This time I didn't close it out, so I would have closed everything out with that. All right. So that's our first.
Yeah.
Oldemara. Good start. Good start there.
So Oldemara.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Clayton.
It is written in there that he has few priests, that it's not an optimal choice.
Yeah. And he's Oridian by...
I think so.
Yes, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was mentioned, for not being he's popular, everyone knows who he is, but few worship him. For all that matter, he sponsored 2 deities, which is more than a lot of the other gods can say, which we'll probably talk about later.
Okay.
Yep. I've probably already seen them mentioned in the chat as well.
Rudd's one, right?
Yeah. So some of the other interesting things have been added to Oldemara, though, beyond that initial Dragon article, because later on you get Sean Reynolds doing the core beliefs articles, which adds a lot on him. And just little touches like Brewfest is his Holy Week. that's pretty obvious. If you're
Mhm.
an alcoholic deity, right?
That makes sense.
It will be someone, if you were a brewer or someone, would you kind of worship him to ask
Yeah,
for a
because it
good brew
says
or something like that?
Thanks, Darko.
It says some of his clerics are,
Yeah.
their secondary job is vintners. And
Yeah, exactly. So you
stuff.
might, or like an innkeeper or someone like that might.
It's a good point. It's
Yes.
a good point.
So it's like I
But-
can often see a lot of deities have more like practical purposes. A merchant asking into silchers for good profits, and a brewer or a vintner or someone might ask Uli Damara for blessings for the thing is for the what do you call it, the batch or whatever you're doing, so to speak, or an innkeeper for have
Good
like
job.
a wonderful night or something. Yeah.
Whew.
I don't
Okay.
see. It doesn't. Even though it probably should be this way, but based on with the common folk, maybe, but more heroic adventurers tend to have one patron deity,
Oh,
right?
well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a different thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. I'm more thinking about their role in society, so to speak.
Right.
It's probably, yeah. So if they go around, who would they encounter to be a Oli Damara faithful? Those were people that work in the business, so to speak.
All right. Let's go here.
More on Oladamar. I'm not done.
Go for
Oh,
it, Mike, because I'm
good,
prepping up
Not
everything.
even close.
Yep.
Not even
Go
close.
for it, man, please.
Okay. So here's another super obscure tidbit that I'm sure no one in chat's typed out yet. And I just found out about this today and it blew my mind. And I had to go look it up. Book of Vile Darkness.
Yep.
Oladamar has a sister.
Oh, Oli Damara's sister.
Named Skarosar. Skarosar? I'll have to type that one out because it's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. And what is she?
She is basically Loviatar.
Oh, an equivalent of Leviator, or is Leviator?
Yeah, Leviator. It's the same
Thanks,
everything.
Mark. Wow.
Which makes sense for a book like that, to have
Yeah.
this,
So they
whipping, punishing god.
But they changed her name.
Yeah. Well, it's Monty Cook's book, so who knows what they had to do in the third edition. But yeah, it's a Monty Cook creation. He made, Oladamara's sister. For what reason, I have no idea. But
I need
there you
to
go.
take a look here.
It's
That's
probably
awesome.
the one and only reference to that, and it's the first time I've read it. I've
So
had that book since it came out, and I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
it's something that is I didn't know, because
Yeah.
Leviator is specifically a Forgotten Realms deity, even though she's a Finnish deity, right?
Yeah.
Well, she's in my campaign. I love the Maiden of Pain myself.
Well, now you could definitely canonize her, having this Monty Cook reference.
I'll have to check it out in the Book of Vile Darkness then. Take
Yeah.
a look. I do have it.
Because I'm
Cool.
sure it's totally based off of that Finnish guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. Number two.
Sam,
you
look at
can't-
Sam. Heresy.
Yeah. Well,
It's new
there it
canon,
is, Monty
Sam.
Cook.
Boing. Gotcha.
Monty Cook. He's
You
he's
know
our
how I
friend,
feel
right?
of Monty Cook with Return to the Temple
Yeah.
of Elemental Evil. So there you go. Good, Mike.
See, I had to dig deep to impress this audience because they already know everything we're going to say. But anyhow, the other thing I want to mention about Oladamar before we move on is that the Cantil of the oldest is a great artifact. His instrument, and Rick Miller's going to enjoy this because he has
Dewey
a
Carthan's
Magic Eye
on,
book.
yep.
Yeah, Dewey Carthan. But I did a blog post on it.
Oh,
I converted it probably, I don't know how many. how long ago
2018.
that
Monday,
was.
August 27th, 2018.
Okay, so 7 years ago.
Oh.
That was my attempt at it. I'm sure his is different, but
Okay.
I don't even know what drove me to, because that's not like my thing. I don't do a lot of Magic adaptations.
Nice, man.
Oh, so he did use mine. Shoot.
Look at
Okay.
that.
Attaboy. All right.
Beautiful.
See? There you go.
See, man?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. moving
Gotta
on.
have faith. Gotta have
Awesome.
faith in,
Awesome.
in the powers that be. So that's
Awesome.
cool. That's really cool to see. Well, good ones, Mike. Absolutely
Mhm.
good ones. So let's go Sewell.
I was just going to say that was the one you thought about. So
Yeah.
good.
Hey, Gary.
Go- Continue.
I think it's more complicated than
Yep.
I suggest. The issue of common racial origins. There's a lot, a lot of conjecture here. But crap.
I'm not too worried. Oh, there it is.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
I saw Tim on earlier. I might as well leave it on now. Yeah, the mongrels remove. You might as well at this point. Yeah, there you go. So, mongrels removing a tongue can happen to you in a real game. That's why I have that ready to go at any point. So, Noribo. This is from the Len Lakofka Sewell Deity articles of Dragon Magazine, right? The god of luck and gambling. So,
Noribo, yeah.
yeah, very chaotic neutral character.
That was, what issue was that? 80 something?
I used the Lakofka archive compilation.
Okay.
It's in that range, yeah. I'm not
Anyhow,
sure.
that article though is one of the first Dragon magazines that I ever got.
Oh, okay.
Talk about being just like
good timing,
right? Because I was into GREYHAWK, and then lo and behold,
yeah, it's good timing.
Yeah.
This is Ed. Len didn't pull punches when he made Deities up. So, like, Noribo is the patron of thieves and assassins. He does not care for overly lawful actions, but he believes in planning and is a staunch advocate of neutrality as opposed to good or evil. He is the lover of Ouija, and is often in her company, even though she's extremely lawful and he's extremely chaotic, which is really, really funny when you think about it. So, but another deity here, and this one goes, it's a little bit more ancient with a Sewell, but if you've ever been to Bone Hill, your Church of the Big Game is there, right? Which is one of the coolest places ever in a game, and that is Noribo's one of Noribo's churches, where it's a gambling hall. So right in the adventure, and this is going back to 1980, 81. So really cool, but not a friendly as friendly as a deity as you would think. I mean, he's on a little bit on the darker side of thievery.
Doesn't that fit in with the Sewell? They have a more of that twist, kind of. Yeah.
Well, there are good Sewell deities, right?
Oh yeah, but I have it. They're more serious, so to speak. It's it's
serious is the right term, Anna. Yeah, very serious god.
They're like they're the Nordics. It's not fun and joy.
Yeah,
it's the best we can do. Melancholy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So right here, on very rare occasions, Noribo will utilize his ability to alter the dexterity of any mortal humanoid or demi-human. Such a change is permanent. What's that?
Len's deity articles were really good at bestowing statistic increases.
Yep. And the Goth Rogue, that's a good one. That we'll get a look at him. Never change it by more than 1 point. When he increases it, he'll allow the effect lasts a few days at best. So, yep. And it's a long article here. Let me see what else he has here. It says here, in the world of Earth, shrines to Noribo are known as churches of the Big Gamble. There you go. They're bound in the barbarian states. They're known on Lendor Isle, along the Wild Coast, in GREYHAWK, and in various cities of the Iron Lake.
I'm playing a cleric of Noribo in Rich's game.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Radiga City.
Yeah, but thank you for finding that obscure deity in Mile of Darkness. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's got to be good for something.
That's kind of the Iridian version of Ayus in a lot of sense.
What?
Pain and suffering
no,
and all that.
No.
So, yeah.
The Leviator is not about conquest, though.
No, I'm seeing is the Demara's sister.
Yeah, which is Leviator. Yeah. She's more about inflicting pain on a one-on-one basis.
Skarosar in Vile Darkness.
It's the same deity.
Oh, it's the same deity? Okay.
I think it says it's based on.
Oh, well.
Does it flat? I don't know if it flat out says it's the same deity. I think it's just based on
text.
Based on, okay.
Anyhow,
okay.
Anywho,
Noribo.
You got more on Noribo?
Yeah, I was going to mention how in Len's article, Noribo's a shape changer. He's like Loki.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He'll the chat was comparing Olimar to Loki, but
It's part of
I think
trickery, I guess.
Noribo's a lot closer.
Yeah.
Plus, he has telekinesis too.
Yeah, he's also has his holy symbols, the two 8-siders.
Right.
I have a pair of those. The Noribo dice. I can't remember
Where'd you get them?
where I did a blog post about 'em one day, and then someone mailed me a set.
Oh,
Like
That's
they
cool.
came out
it's
during
like
third
two
edition.
D4s that are glued
No,
on
No,
the
it's like
face.
two D8s, and they're supposed to be an artifact. Like you roll the 8-siders and you get some kind of stat boost. I can't remember.
That's awesome. You have that prop at the game
Can't remember
table.
who
So
gave
when
it
you
to
play
me,
that
though.
character, you can certain spells or special abilities. You roll it to
Yeah.
see what the benefit you get.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
kind of like a deck of many things because there's
Yeah.
bad results too.
Yeah, but have it for your own character. That is awesome to have a prop like that.
Right. Yeah, props. Exactly. And I used it once in an actual game, so good times.
Yeah, Len just spun Oberon around, right? That's how I get the name. He did it
He's
with a lot of
clever.
stuff. Lurg, Grell.
Mhm.
When they found out that there was a Grell creature,
Yeah, then
he just switched it around to Lurg. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. I got one
So-
more Soul. Let's get the Soul done. How's that sound? Yeah,
Okay.
this one is a god of assassins, especially on Lendor Isle. Pyremius, god of fire, poison, and murder. Now, you wouldn't think that this was a rogue god, but a lot of assassins revere Pyremius because of the aspect of killing. So, especially, like I said, in Lendor Isle, a lot of the stuff that that Len wrote up was all Pyremius deities.
It's
So-
worse than Sam says too.
What's that? And
Okay, so
Germain.
you got a Sul deity of assassins who's very popular in the Scarlet Brotherhood.
Yeah.
All right. This is like Wassery level heresy.
Right.
So his biggest temple, I think it says, is in the capital of this Scarlet Brotherhood. But the same article says he's worshipped by Germain, and then it's also worshipped by fire newts and grimlocks.
Yeah.
I mean, what a weird assortment of creatures. So it's like, come on, Sewell, your boy is not so Sewell.
Yep.
So I find that an odd one. I don't know what Len was thinking.
Well, once again, remember, Len never got out of old original first edition, right? So he's just thinking there was not a lot of finesse to the assassins in first edition. They
Not
were way
really.
worse than thieves. They could use any weapon, right? They could use longbows and two-handed swords, all sorts of crazy stuff. So there was not a lot, it was not a very finesse-based class back in the day. So I have a feeling that has to go back to it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit like an NPC turned into PC in a way.
Yeah,
And because you had the mechanic
shot.
that you just had a percentage to see if you managed to kill someone, so you circumvented the whole combat system, which
Right.
I think is go contrary to anything in good game design. When you have all the elaborate stuff and all of a sudden you just circumvent the whole combat chapter.
It does say here secret temples to Pyremius can be found in many large cities throughout the Flannis. He has some worshippers among the barbarians in the Medio jungle and in Hepmonoland. So, yeah.
Wide range there.
Wide range.
So I'm thinking that a lot of that's because he picked up the fire portfolio from Ranit, the Sewell fire goddess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That Pyramus was probably not worshipped in those places before that. My guess.
Yeah.
And it says over here, he worked with Cyril, most of them having to do with Scarlet Brotherhood, both deities being part monk and part assassin, have been prayed to by the Brotherhood. So, yeah. Hey, you find your niche. Guess he's found his niche, right? Amongst those things and a lot of Underdark dwelling creatures.
But he is a for being a lesser god, he's quite a fearsome
Yeah.
foe. If you just look at the statistics thing on there, which I know you don't ever look at, but I love
yeah.
reading the statistics.
Yeah.
Like that sword of his,
Right.
it's a +5 sword.
3 to 30.
The hit, that sword strips, if they fail the saving throw, it
Paladins.
strips paladinhood, their powers.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then the whip, the poison whip, like bypasses the natural resistances of like dwarves and
The
stuff.
Viper of Hades.
Uh,
And
yeah,
that's his
so
plane. His main plane's Hades. Ugh.
and he's a assassin god, so I would expect, I guess,
Yeah.
him to have some fearsome weapons. But whew, lesser god.
Yeah. But you got once again, we're lending it here, so
Yeah.
it's a little different levels than Gary Gygax's Iridian gods, which are the main ones. But yeah, we're definitely.
Did Len get the Sewell portfolio to play with himself by Gary, you think, or how?
It was all Len.
Yeah, so because he liked it, and that was part of the deal, so to speak.
I think that Gary said to Len, "You have your Lendor Isle, and take your deities, but I need them to be connected to the Invoke Devastation." I think
so
that's what happened.
Yeah,
and then
so
Len
he
ran
wrote
with
it in.
it. Oh yeah.
And then we got his part of the Sewell pantheon. Yeah.
Well, and you got to remember, Len did so much stuff that he didn't even know. He forgot about and told us. I mean, he edited both Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, all sorts of stuff we don't even know about.
That tells us that he was very involved in the early days of AD&D First Edition. He was very involved in that era.
For any of you who are new and want to see Len, please just type Len Lakofka in on YouTube, and he's almost on 40 shows.
Yeah, he was on.
He passed like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
and sometimes he'd just show up when he wasn't even invited. It was great.
Yeah, and then he just logs off and disappears again.
Yeah, it was awesome. Those were the days, having Len on. He'd just come on anytime he wanted. We let him come on anytime he wanted, but we had some really great discussions with him.
Yeah.
So
we got some awesome information out of him too.
Oh absolutely, some legendary things.
Yeah,
we found out a lot of legendary things and things that no one else knew. No one else knew, or it was really obscure.
Yep.
I don't know if anything that Len said was top 3. I mean, he said that he created Nistel's. He created Nistel's magic aura. We know
exactly. That's awesome.
That was pretty off. But
especially now I met Mike Nistel and hung out with him, and he's an awesome guy. So now we know the story, and I met him, and it's awesome. So yeah,
I'd say the top 2. The audience can argue with me on this, and maybe we'll do a poll on this one day. Number 1, Jim Ward telling us how Monty Hall DM started.
That's a good one.
Number 1, where Gary Gygax, he killed Morton Canyon like 5 times in Starship Warden, and then Gary said to him, "Man, you're a real one Monty Hall of a DM," and that's how the Monty Hall DM thing started. Number 2. Rob Kuntz's character Roblar hooking up for a weekend with Zugtamoy, I think is gotta be one of the things I never thought I'd hear in my life.
How did you admit that?
It was funny. So
and the way he told it was awesome too.
Yeah, those are 2 great moments. I mean, Len's talked a lot of them also as well, but I'd have to.
We have Ouija board. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, Ouija was originally the Ouija board.
Fun guy,
name, but they said no. So, yeah, absolutely. All right. So, where do you all want to go next?
I'm still on Pyremus.
Oh,
yeah,
go
please
for
continue with Pyremus.
If you look back on that article again.
Yes, I'm back here.
What number of dragon was this?
Once again, this is I got the Ed comp, the Len Lakofka compilation.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, together. It's all together on that.
What is Pyramus's holy symbol?
Oh,
the face of a Yagno demon.
Right. Yeah, make that make sense.
What's a Jagno demon or
a Yagno demon?
Do we have? Do we
So I
know?
had
Do
to
we have
look that
stats
up.
on that?
The
Yeah.
Yagno
Monster Manual
Demon,
2.
the Yagna Demon has these big bat-like ears, right? And he has a face kind of like in that illustration there. So it's similar to look at the Pyramus. But this is a demon that's famous for having one arm larger than the other.
Oh.
Right. Like the
Okay.
pommel of his sword right here, as Rick
Okay.
says.
Yeah. There it
Yeah,
is. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, nice touch.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Yeah.
So I just had never saw that before, the holy symbol being a Yagno demon. I thought that was like very like out there left field when I saw it.
Chucko Loco, good to see you. Thank you for coming on. Len was, like I said, Len had a lot of time on his hands, man. He did. He went into depth on a lot of things. We know how anal he was. We know how, I mean, when he did an adventure, he would note every person in the town.
Excel spreadsheet was his thing.
Yes,
Yep.
the Excel spreadsheet for Restonford each
Yep.
year.
Mhm.
We have all that stuff in the archive. So yeah.
Yep.
But, hey, what's up, Patrick? So yeah, Pyremus is an interesting one. Not very popular among. Well, of course, how any of my player characters worship this deity. You know, it's an evil deity. Very evil deity. So yeah, good one. All right, boy, I have a lot still. Mike, you got one you want to go to?
Yeah. But when we're through all this, remind me to come back to the start.
Yep.
Because I got some manual the planes stuff to
Oh, cool.
impart.
All right.
But we'll
save that
continue
till like
on.
8:40, 8:45. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think good launching place next on the rogue list would be Curel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one what's that in the it's in the
He's in Living Great Gazetteer.
Yep.
He's in Dragon.
Let me go to Living Girl Gazetteer. That's the best way for me to go.
It's the Amy Miller articles. 263.
Yeah, I may not have them
265?
specifically, but let me.
I'll see
Let me go
263.
here.
Let me look that
It's
up.
better
and
off
see.
going here.
This is a
263.
god that is criminally underused. That should be where Oladamar is at, I think.
Right. Is Corel a Meridian god or a?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, no, well, actually, he's got Flan and like he's worshipped in the Wolf Nomads and the Rovers of the Barrens, and throughout the Flannis. So, but I think Oridian is his original.
Mike, you have any idea what page the deities are on?
On the Leningrad Gazetteer?
Yeah.
No, it's just in the back.
It's in the back, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. I got it. Yeah, and this is a compilation of a lot of deities that are. Here's Kiril.
But this is the kind of
it's 263. Dragon 263.
I got him in 174 in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bitter hand, the scorned heart, the vengeful knave. Lesser god of jealousy, revenge, and theft.
Yeah. So how is that guy not more popular?
Well,
yeah.
If I recall, I don't know if any of my players are on, and they probably are not at this time, if not yet. Out of thousands of characters, player characters I know of, one that was Corel worshiper, and that was Tim's. The ever mysterious Tim's dad, John, had a half orc who was from Hardby, because Hardby's big on half orcs. Who was Corel worshiper. Because at that time it was the 90s, right? Early 90s, early 2000s. He's still playing. And you had that third edition book, and Corel's more popular then. First and second edition, no one ever heard of Corel, right? That's why. So, yeah. I love how it says clerks of Corel are very self-centered and not particularly interested in proselytizing unless they perceive an immediate benefit for themselves. Perfect character neutral.
It's got a very Sith vibe to it.
Yeah.
Like they want to keep the numbers down.
Right. Yeah.
If another Corel priest gets too powerful, they might be jealous of him.
Mm-hmm.
They travel in search of great things to steal, to escape their rivals, or to forget their past. Huh. So, and it says that other gods, Norbo and Oldham, are more popular, which makes him jealous and fills him with an irrational fervor. So, anyone in the audience with a popular Corel worship in your campaign? I'm curious. Corel, Kuroth are confusion. They're not the same.
Yeah.
Definitely not the same.
So Curel is got worshippers, not necessarily clerics, but worshippers spread throughout all the thieves guilds. So secretly, right. But I did find in my reading, this is probably Ivid the Undying, I guess, or not Ivid. Yeah, Ivid. I think it's Ivid. The biggest or most prominent temple to Corel is in Kalstrand, which I thought Anna might be interested in.
That might make a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called the Vault of the Hidden Horde.
Huh.
Ooh.
Pretty fancy sounding.
It sounds like Savener has a secret little pack there, so to speak. He might be, involved with them, or he's their protector or something. So he gets
Valmoku
Attaboy.
You wrote a whole adventure
whole
around it.
adventure.
Hey,
Nice.
I'm fine with Zavener as long as it's not frickin' Zeech. I'm Zeeched out already. No more Zeech for me. I can't have Prince.
Savener is
Zavener's
Siege on
fine.
steroid. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. He's
much,
not overdone
much
like
cool.
Zeech.
No, he hasn't been used that much.
Right.
Yeah.
I just
He's
can't.
invented but he's Siege with more power and more
Michael?
style. Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of Andy Miller's article on Curel and some of those other lesser gods. Because he gives like him another aspect. Black Wolf, the Flan wolf nomad, god of jealousy, revenge, or whatever. That's kind of a nice little touch. How many other deities cross over like that in cultures.
It's a good point. I mean, do we know of that? Not because which nomads again was it?
Wolf and
so Wolf is
across the north.
Wolf is which one? Tiger's Backlunas Sul. Wolf's Flan Sul.
So
right?
You got Wolf and Barons, rovers. So they both worship
right.
Corel.
It's Flan Sul mix or whatever. But yeah, okay, yeah.
But oh shoot, there was that interpersonal relationship. He is, I think, the brother of Zilchus.
Really?
And he's jealous of Zilchus's paramour Sotilian. Yeah, so Zilchus is like the more successful, do it the right way rogue, perhaps, or businessman. I don't know if you can call him a rogue, but he's definitely a businessman, the power guy. And of course, Corel would be jealous of that and his woman.
So I have a trivia question. That's a good one. I probably give it away already. Out of the members of the Guild of Bounty Hunters in Altamira, what is the top deity? What deity do you think they worship more, each character? I mean, overall. Anyone?
I know what the top deity in my campaigns are for bounty hunters.
What would it be?
Tritherion.
Okay.
I don't know about yours.
Zilchus.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, okay. That's the money.
Yep.
It's the money part.
That is
You're doing it for a mission, and there's a bounty involved and a cost involved, and you're following a contract, which is kind of lawful, right? Yeah, Zilchus. You do Valmoku? Cool. Nice, man. That's one I don't have. I had someone worshiping Corel. I think he was a cleric thief, but he was multi-class, so he was not a specialty priest. So, yep. All right, good one.
Also, last tidbit.
Yes.
Corel is actually worshipped by assassins as well.
Makes sense.
He has and apparently, from what I read, probably Ivid once again. There's a place dedicated to him in the town of Atir.
Up in the North Kingdom or North
the
Province
the
on the
north,
coast
yeah.
there. Yep.
So there you go. He's not very popular, but he's kind of dispersed. Also,
Mhm.
Jay, I think that one Thieves Guild gal is a Curel worshiper. Is it Messiander?
Melisandre? No, that's
Like that?
she's from Forgotten Realms. Melisandre.
Sander.
In
Oh, I
what
know
publication?
there's a Thieves Guild. This is City GREYHAWK box set.
Oh,
Thieves Guild.
Sharon of Corel. Yes, and
Yeah,
she's
Corel.
one that hangs out at Old Mother Grubbs when Old
Yeah.
Mother Grubbs is around,
Yeah.
and she's one of the ones.
wanting to
Yeah.
be the big top boss.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
Until Old Mother Grubbs gets.
So that's Curel in action, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct on that, Mike. Good one. Sharin, Sharyn, if I recall. Yep. So, all right, let's go demi-humans
Mm-hmm.
to the greatest. Anna,
Okay.
the
No, I was
greatest
gonna say,
dragon,
yep. Mhm.
in my
Oh.
opinion, of all time, Dragon 60,
Oh, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
which has some wonderful things in it. We've talked about this before, but all about elves.
Yeah, the worst named of all the ones, all the gods, I think. The one I'm thinking of is the worst named of all of them, I think.
Which is what? What?
Yesind.
Yesind the.
Yeah, the bard. Have I found something you haven't
is
found?
Yesind
Wow.
an elven deity?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not in this article.
Oh, that's what I've put together. I've used Yesind several times.
Okay.
That's because the lore on her comes way after that dragon article.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you had me there. Yesind of the Recorder. Okay. I didn't even know it was a Greyhawk deity. I've never used this.
Kind of. It's a
Because
demi-human.
the recorders and the
yeah.
DM's guide.
Right.
So
Yeah.
All right. So here, Guide of Mischief and Change, Ervan Elisir, Elven God. Right. Plane is Olympus for them. Chaotic neutral. So he still commands a share of attention, particularly those engaged in thieving. He's definitely most elven thieves in my campaign go right to Ervan Elisir. And I think I have a specialty priest of him done up too. Yeah, usually quite unpredictable. Many independent. Many of them are thieves or having thieves, or ones are multiple classes. Yes, absolutely. And this is where the triple class fighter cleric thief comes into play. Yep, and that is as you can see. Look at all the weird. I mean, he's got illusionist abilities and stuff.
Was it Dragon 60? You said
60. Yeah, all the original Elven Deities by Roger Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
I know. Is Yesind a bard for elves? Is Yesind in Living Greyhawk?
Yesind. Hang on a second. I'll see what I got. Got the sources. Hang on a second.
yeah, bard. Definitely a bard.
Right, but I'm saying, is it? Is it in Living Greyhawk?
I think so.
Might be in Living Greyhawk Gazetteer. Let's see here.
It's with a Y, so we'll go right to
it's
the
not
end.
there.
Yeah.
It's in the Living Greyhawk Journal. Like Sam said.
Yeah, it's in Living Greyhawk Gazetteer.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's fairly kosher Greyhawk then.
Okay.
Yeah. Mentioning Gold Box too.
Oh, Demigod. Yep. Mention Yesind. Once it's skilled Evan Wizard.
I don't like the naming much. Yesind.
I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah.
A flawless performer on his recorder in front. Oh, it's a he. I thought it was a female name. In front of the
what I
Aegis
thought
Seldarine.
too from the beginning, but no, it's male. Yeah.
Yesind's clerics and scholars of music. It makes sense because there really aren't any elven bard deities.
No, but now we have one. So, which I think they should have.
I've never used in my crowd campaign in 45 years.
I've used Yesind in my Elven campaign I had like 25 years ago or something like that. Interesting.
How about you, Mike? Obscure. but it's in
I
there.
used
Oh.
Jason when this came out, when the
Yeah.
Living
Very
Greyhawk
2000.
Gazetteer came out. in
Absolutely.
That's
2000.
head
I was
canon.
too set in
That-
my ways then. What do you do?
Yasin is headcanon for me.
Yep.
If I didn't use the recorder, there's really no sense in using it.
Yeah, I know it's an artifact. I just didn't know that they had created a deity off of it. So, okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The recorder. And it's a he.
Yep.
Allies include Aula Demara, Lydia, and the good powers of the Seldarine, while he opposes powers of evil magic. Okay. Very cool. Good one. The god of crossbones made you send one of the prisoners of Castle Greyhawk's god trap. In your version, Gary, right? I don't think he's one in the expeditions, but that's cool. It makes sense.
Gary did that because Yasin is expendable to him. Yeah, get rid of her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, Manfred, you just you asked a question that is the ultimate paradoxical loop 8 infinity question. There's no canon list of anything. You can argue canon. Everyone's canon's different. Every single person, and that's what kind of the charm of Greyhawk is. So you're not going to have a canon list of anything, like
Yeah. But that's one of them situations where you know what they're talking about. So yeah,
Right.
That's semantics. Yeah, when you're talking about a published list, is when someone says
Gary,
that,
you
and
put
there is none.
Marika in the God Trap. I'm going to tell Doug Niles that Sunday night and see what he says. After he put that deity in N1, and then you like, it's a throwaway deity. We're going to put her in the God Trap.
Throwaway deities.
That's perfect. That's perfect. I assume Gary wrote it is core canon. So
I thought Pyremus was bad. Gary and Eric.
Right.
Or-
Very cool. Yeah, that's an interesting concept there. As I know a lot of them or I remember from the adventure which ones were in there, but yeah. There are lists of every power and directly or indirectly, especially with Greyhawk out there. There are lists, Sam, but they're not canon. They're lists. And we all make lists. Because once again,
Oldemara's sister.
Yeah, Oldemara's sister, exactly, and then his head will explode. And once again, you had people like Jason Zavoda, who's dearly passed as well, who would not touch anything that wasn't Gary touched or approved by Gary, right? Gary Gygax. You had a lot of those. Same with Len Kafka, but then you have a lot that have expanded on outward, and then just look at me. I have Finnish deities and Forgotten Realms deities in my Greyhawk list. So, is that new? That's my canon. That's my campaign. So, there was never an adventure hook is the right thing there, Gary. All right. Let's see. I got a bunch. And you got one? Another one you want to talk about?
Let's see. I'm going through the.
I got a whole bunch still.
We have one. I had an elven deity too. That was. Let's see if I can find. That might have gone.
Well,
yeah, the god of healing, suffering, and death. It's not the god for
Naris
this one.
Anilor?
Yeah, I'll just mention it because it's one of these odd ones but it's a suffering and death. So it's skip that one. That's
but he's natural. He's natural death, if I recall. He's one of those 4 in that article, right? With Arathatherinal and those.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
yeah. It's a good deity. I don't have I don't know of anyone that worships him, but
it's not something you use as a
The 9 demigods, one of each alignment.
What about Rilifane Ralathil, the Leaf Lord, the wild one? Could that be someone for this? Yeah,
he's a tree.
He's a tree. Yeah, so maybe
Sylvan elves. Well, here's the thing: Sylvan elves worship him. Right, Sylvan elves and GREYHAWK and wild elves, but he's not specific to thievery or he's not specific to rogues. He's specific to the
wild one, more like wild in wilderness rather than wild in revelry. Yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
The GREYHAWK themselves. Yeah, I think with Ervan Ellisir, you hit the main god of thievery.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, we have another elven then. I'm going to try every elven deity until you like them. We have Vearun, the masked lord, the god
It's
of
Forgotten
night
Realms.
and the shadow. Oh, it's Forgotten Realms. There you go. Yep.
Forgotten.
Yep.
And all right, so Vearun was the god who was worshipped by who? What organization in Forgotten Realms? I know a little bit about Forgotten Realms. What organization worshipped Vearun? Revered Vearun in Forgotten Realms? I believe it's Bragan Dareth, right?
Ooh.
Which is was the Underdark grouping, and what was his name with the hat, the floppy hat and all? He was one of the Dark Elf who led that. Yeah, Bragan Dareth. Yep, Kern. That was the organization. Jarlaxle. Thank you, Razkul. Yes, Jarlaxle.
Yep. There you go.
So
Yep.
yeah, so I know a little bit about Ed's world.
Yep.
So thanks, Gary. Appreciate it. 58 months. Yeah. So yeah, that was definitely Vearun is definitely a dark elf deity. And it's in Drow the Underdark. Yep.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
I think we got all of those. Let's there are deities. There are demi-humans who have 2. So let's go to Dragon 58. How about that? I'm going to tell you a sad story about this too. So hopefully Walt's not on.
Uh-oh.
So this is a great story, and maybe it's not. Back in the late 80s, Walt had a girlfriend down the shore. Very nice, very sweet. And she was an artist. She actually painted a replica of this cover for him in oil painting. It was awesome. They lived together. Then things happened, and they split. And she took the painting back. So he doesn't have it. I'm sorry. I find that, but yeah, it was really nice. It's one of those greatest covers of all time.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't even know who the artist
poor
is in
him.
this, but yeah, poor
Yep.
Walt. So
Yeah, poor Walt. Yep.
I'm sorry, I should have brought
That's
that up.
sad. That's sad.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. So yeah, dwarves. Dwarves have 2 deities that fit into this. And so this is, we're going to page 23 here on Dragon 58. Oh, wait a minute here. Is it here? Oh, I thought it was. Well, there's a Len Lakofka article, beefing up the cleric. Before specialty priestess still first. Roger Moore article, Magenta's cat. Remember I showed this Roger, I was like, oh my God, I forgot I wrote that. I'm like, Roger, it's awesome. Yeah, Magenta's cat. So, like I said, the mid 50s to the end of 70s are like the golden glory era of Dragons. So much content, so much. Here we go, page 23. Here's 4 myths from Greece, and we get to 23 here. And this started the Roger Moore articles on the demi-humans. So we're on dwarves. Yep, Greg, 100%. Sam, how many of those are Greyhawk? And don't tell me all of them. None of those are Greyhawk. The Living Greyhawk Journal 3-1 Gatland Archer, I think, is Eric Mona, and I think it's a demigod, right? So that one would qualify, but it's an archer. It's not a rogue. Yeah. We're getting there, Sam. We're getting there. You gotta be patient. Questions. God of the Dwarves. All right. Let's go first to the Dwarven God of Thievery. Here we go. So there's multiple ones, but Vergadane.
Which dragon are you in now?
58.
Okay, thank you.
58. So the first one's Vergadane, the God of Luck, right? Why aren't these in order? I don't know. Here, Vergadane, God of Wealth and Luck. Definitely. That's funny. Yeah. all the powers of monster mythology are GREYHAWK powers. No. There's stuff in there I've never heard of before. Nah, that's pushing it a little bit. I will argue that all day long. There's a lot of Forgotten Realm stuff in there. The patron god of dwarven merchants and most non-evil dwarven thieves is a scheming Vergadane. All right, so neutral, tensor calc neutral. Most Vergadane's adventures concern the elaborate con games he has. He's a con artist over a thieving.
Nice.
Yes. So he's not above using any sort of trick to accomplish his ends, and is eternally suspicious of potential adversaries. This is all split up. Who might try to trick him in return. So there's his picture. So
Because dwarves are not cat burglars,
yeah,
but con artists, yeah. Why not?
con artist. That's a little different twist on it, right? The con artist. So I like that. And he has, the stories of outrageous exploits. So you have your thief there. Now, that's number one. The second Dwarven is right below. And that's Abathor, the great master of greed.
Yeah.
Neutral evil. Yes. Abathor has been the ally of other Dwarven gods, but his treachery and lust for treasure makes him a dangerous associate. So there you go. So this is the god of evil thieves for elves. For dwarves, I'm sorry. Yeah. And his servants are mostly undead. And that is the wrappers, right? These undead doors, which I love using a lot of times. I use these, and they were trying to steal treasure, and they got caught, and they got killed, and they turned into an undead, right? So yeah, the wrappers, the undead dwarf, which is in this article as well, which is really cool. That's a neat thing to have. So there you go. I think, does Gloredin Bakani worship Abathor? I think he does. The tax collector in GREYHAWK City.
That might be, yeah.
I think he does.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Abathor is part of Wildorg's Bone March companion. Cool. Evil doors and a raker. So there's nothing wrong with that. I can see a lot of doors that could be evil. Because all they care about is their treasure. I mean, look what happened. In the Hobbit, man, he goes crazy with greed. So
Gold feeder.
Yep. Any thoughts on these, Mike?
I used Abathor once in one of my GREYHAWK comics.
Oh yeah.
He was in one of my Christmas specials.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was Raxi, the bald blue rat god. His take on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The Abathor is on the Isle of Misfit Gods.
That's awesome.
Good times.
Oh, that's awesome.
If you can find that one, link it, please. That would be awesome to see.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. What's up there, Tim? Yeah, so Abathor's a good one. You're so stoked for GagCon already, dude. Let the days pass. We don't want to. I do not want to get any older already, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be 50
GagCon is like 9 months out.
Yeah.
So we'll be good.
We got a lot to go through that. You should be stoked. You know what you should be stoked about? Me DMing for you for 24 straight hours and you staying up the whole time on July 5th. How's that? Oh, I got some guests already lined up, but I'm not telling you who they are. They're very special for that game that are going to hop in. Yes.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mike.
There you go. You got the comic.
Oh,
you got the pearl eyes snowman in here.
It's a long one.
That is awesome. Oh my God, that's funny. Oh yeah, it's multiple pages.
Roxy, the bold blue rat god.
Oh my God, that's funny. Even got the elves. Oh my God, man, Mike, look at this one. I'm just scrolling through so many pages. It is. Holy jeez.
I used to have a font of.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 15 pages. Nice. That's cool. Yeah, Sparky. I got goaded into it, mostly by Tim, Stronghold Tim, and the rest of the people. We did a Gavin about a month ago. Yep. 24. It's one adventure. It's Baldrin's Beacon. I gotta have 5 players, and I'm gonna have special guests, 1 to 2 special guests coming in every 6 to 8 hours, in and out, to like supplement the party. Of course, it's gonna be awesome. All right, so Abathor, there we go. Shall we? Yes, Brett. Brett is in on that. Brett's in on Saturday too, coming up. I'm assuming you're playing Erebus in both, Brett. I didn't even think you'd change. Still planning on giving you that new GREYHAWK set opening. Gary, I'm confused. Does anyone understand that? If you have Raxivore. I don't have Raxivore in here, even though I should. That's a good one. So I know he's in here. Let's go to Raxivore. It's actually a thief.
We don't need to talk about him. He was on the monster.
Yeah, he was monster. We did talk about him in monsters. So yeah, Raxivore in the events of the Eastern and Southern Flannes article, first time he appears. Yep, but he is a thief. So.
Yep. He steals.
He steals. Oh, yes, please. Yeah, please, Gary, that would be great in time for that. Yep, reimagines Belcher's. Please, that would be awesome. Definitely. All right. How about we go to one that has 2 as well. Another one has 2, and that's Dragon 61.
Okay.
Gnomes. At Madelin's website, Madelin's website's not canon. I mean, all that stuff he has in that D3, that's all fan in there. You can't say that that's all canon. He's got people from all over the world adding to it, Sam. That's it. But it's good fanon. That's like saying that my Order of Ulick is canon. It's the same thing. Can't say that. But we should, but no. Baravan Wild Wanderer. Okay, right? So, the Forest Gnome. So he is... he got a lot of thief abilities here. Baravan is slightly better in the practice of his thieving skills. So Garl Glittergold is a thief as well. All the gnome deities are thieves. All of them. But like Baravan is like the thief. Garl Glittergold, and he's in the Deities Demigod, is a little bit of a thief. Right? So, high fan. I like that term there, Gary.
Yeah.
So let's see here. He carries a spear made from an ancient oak tree in the Twin Paradises called Whisper Leaf. There you go. Oh, he's got a weird partner. Chick-Ticka Fastpaws, right? He's got a raccoon who's a thief as well, if I recall. Yep, 12th level thief raccoon. The terms, prefer the gnomes prefer the term entrepreneur. So when Tim had this term, the ever mysterious Tim always had this term that when he was a thief and he'd go into a city and he didn't know who he was talking to and he didn't want to get in trouble here with the Thieves Guild, he'd say, they'd say, who you with? And he'd go, I'm a non-backed entrepreneur. That would be his term back because he didn't want it. Because, he's not. If you're a thief in a city and you're not part of the guild, you do thieving in that city, you're right.
The problem is, he could be an entrepreneur of, blacksmithing, and he'd be in the same trouble.
Well, yeah, definitely.
The other guilds.
The other guilds, yes. But they're not. They're probably not. They're probably going to just break your fingers. They're not going to kill you. So there you go. So him and Chick-Ticka wander around the prime material, playing jokes on people. Gnomish fighters, fighter thieves, and the thieves of non-evil nature are often the followers of this god, and they're outdoorsmen. There you go. Now, one of the most disgusting demi-human gods of all time is next. The hairless mole, Erdlin the Crawler. I think Roger Hat was having a bad day when he wrote this. So he was pissed off at something. Erdlin is the epitome of evil impulse that rules some gnomes and is feared by the rest. A huge dead white furless mole with claws of steel. Gnomish assassins and evil thieves and fighters make up most of the worshippers of this awful deity. They share the for evil and deadly pranks directed against all creatures, even other gnomes. Yes. Yeah. A really nasty deity. And if you remember, when Art Arcana came out, it specified gnomes could be assassins, and that changed a lot in the way we played because
Illusions, assassins.
Anna, imagine an assassin with improved invisibility and non-detection on.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell do you find them? My evil antithesis for 25 years in the campaign was a gnome illusionist assassin. Deadly. He also had a weapon that was kind of like Erica Melnibone's weapon. If you were killed by it, you could not be resurrected or raised. Basically, negated the chance of your soul or spirit coming back. Yeah, it was fun back in the day. We had a lot of fun back then. They were scared to death of them. Very risky game as a player DM through a gnome assassin as long before you. Gnomes, yeah, gnomes can be. Yeah, a lot of people don't like gnomes at GREYHAWK, right? I think Gary's one of them. Gary, I know you hate gnomes. Am I thinking about this correctly? They just don't really serve. Like, where did they come from? You know, they're not a pure Middle Earth thing. They were not in the original Basic Adventures, Basic D&D, but you can have a nasty streak of gnomes. Yeah. Thoughts, Mike, on these two?
Yeah, I used Erblin in a grad comic as well,
Oh,
but I'd like to link that one right now because it's over several.
It's over several episodes. 7, yeah.
Maybe later I'll feature that, Jay, because it's a parody of Caddyshack.
Oh, is it? Oh my gosh, that sounds awesome. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, if we have a slow night, Mike, and we can't figure out what we're gonna do at the last second, I'm serious. We should just
read the comics.
Let's just read the comics.
Just go over the comics.
We should just go over the comics one night.
And just the commentary on it would keep you busy.
There's
no way you could get through all those comics in one night. No way.
We have. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find the. There should be a book here somewhere.
So, Michael, I'm going to ask this question back. Don't take this the wrong way. Are these gnomes running in and out of the Feywild that they had created in Geoff, or were they doing other things like normal things, like fighting? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm curious. I'm curious if they were like Fey touched, and that's where it all started with the Feywild in 3rd edition was the Geoff Living GREYHAWK campaign. So, just curious.
Yeah. They started introducing a lot of Fey, and then it became formally the Feywild in 4th edition.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm asking that because he said there was a lot of gnomes in Geoff, and I was just curious. All right, so normal. Oh, there you go. Yeah. See, why the unknown? He was human, but as evil as any gnome.
Also have a comic of that.
All right, well, that makes sense. They're tied in with the dwarves. Do you have a comic on that too? Oh my gosh!
I have. It's like my blog. I got.
Well, you want to bust. You want to bust right stones. I understand that, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. Alrighty. One more demi-human. Let's get that done. 6:59. I went right to it. So we got Brandon Barris for Halfling. The articles are all over the place here. Why is that not there? All right. The adventures and misadventures of Brandon Barris, master of stealth, are almost beyond counting. All right. Most of these share a moral. It's better not to run off into the wilderness on foolish dares. Nonetheless, Brandon Barris is an appealing sort of rascal. So, oh, nothing. We're on halflings now, Brett. So, if you remember, I did a Gabbin where I created a specialty priest from scratch, and the one I did was Brando Barris because Alan's got one. I never had finished it up, I still haven't compiled it in, but here it is. So I did the Brandon Barris list. And the Brandon Barris characters are all priests, specialty priests, so they have thief ability, are all about the story. So they want, it doesn't matter to them that the thieving happened or it did or successful or not. It's the story about it, which I think is kind of cool. Alan does a pretty good job with that, and everything that he creates with that character has a story about it. And he's one of the guys in one of the halflings in Narwhal. So yeah, Martellin comic universe. So absolutely, I would consider elves, dwarves, gnomes, and goblins all.
I actually have a Brando Boris thing.
Yeah.
One of my players actually worshipped Brando Boris once back in
Okay.
second edition. He named his character Rando, off of Brando Boris, right? So Rando for short.
Oh, I thought instead
And
of off of Rambo.
He was a a thief who just emulated Brando Boris, and his claim to fame was mooning Ayus.
That's a great claim to fame. I love it.
Yeah,
When did
yeah.
so?
Good stuff.
He mooned Ayus.
Yeah. He got turned later on in the campaign. He got turned into a snake, polymorphed into a snake. Then the campaign ended. We went to third edition, so he's still a snake. Wow, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yandala's not roguish at all. She's like the druid mother. Yeah. So there you go. That's the. I think that's all the demi-human ones.
But I
I
always
have.
liked those illustrations.
Oh, they're really well done. That's why I like going to these. Plus, it's Roger's core. I love Roger Moore's works. I want to give so he did all this. I'm assuming he had a little maybe direction from someone, but man, it's great stuff. Great stuff. What's up, Rob? We'll see you Saturday. Alrighty.
Hello.
So that's all my demi-human ones. Let me see if I missed anyone. We haven't done Joydy yet. Oh, I do have one more. I have one more. It's really, and so we're going to 62, right? So this is orcs and half orcs, right? So he did this one as the last one, and that is, here we go, Shargas the Night Lord. I don't know of anyone who's worshipped Shargas in my game. I mean, I have some half orcs, but I don't know of any. So Shargas is he's for thieves and assassins. Yeah. So
You know who should worship Shargas? And that's Quiz.
Quiz should, yeah. But who's Quiz worship? Yeah, I don't think he does. Oh, I noted about that. So let's see here. He's got orcish bandits, half orc thieves. Yeah, so that's where it goes on Shargas, the Night Lord there. Thieves, assassins are who do evil by darkness. So, yep. The Night Lord. Did we hit Zugdemoy? No, Tim. Why Zugdemoy is not a rogue deity. Zugdemoy is I did especially piece of Averine halfling god. Well, yeah, Averine's a lawful good god, the protector god, right? I mean, that's who all of the guardian class are supposed to worship. That only rogue losers follow her. Okay, well, Tim. Yes, will you tell that to Robilar then next time Rob Kuntz is on, because he spent a weekend of pure pleasure with Zugdemoy according to the stories he gave us there on that. So you got Tim. She got hotter. Every picture that went from that Temple of Mental Evil picture all the way up to now it's different.
Mhm.
Everyone is yeah. We need a we have enough Tim. We have enough of Tim. We have 2 emotes of Tim. I don't know if I can do any more without the computer exploding. So yes, so we have 2 Tim emotes. And that one's perfect. And then occasionally Patrick will blow it up a little bit there. Alrighty. So I know there's a lot of other ones. I have one I'm sandbagging, which is one that I know Tim knows. or he may have forgotten. He just came on to be a little. All right, that's cool, dude. It's all good, Tim. Hopefully your laryngitis is much better now. That's what we're hoping for. Dakamok Cobalt Power Banditry. Zowoken's a good one. So Zowoken is the god of monks, right? Zowoken is actually multiple things happen in expeditions to ruins of GREYHAWK, where there's the monk establishment of Zowoken there, and you can actually have your if you have a monk in the party, they can actually vie to supplant the highest level monk there. It's in the adventure, and then especially if you free Zowoken from the god trap, because Zowoken's one of the ones that's missing. So Kuroth's quill, right, Alan? So is Kuroth in 3rd edition? And we got
See, Yacint. Kuroth is the same deal.
Really?
It's a artifact that lore was built around
Mhm.
to then later get created into a GREYHAWK god.
It's like
in the 3rd
Vecna and
edition.
a bunch of others. Yeah.
On a lesser scale than Vecna. I mean, Vecna's
Oh,
the
yeah,
ultimate.
Vecna elevated up, but they took something from the DMG that was just one of the artifacts, and they turned it into something, so to speak.
Oh,
A
it's
lot of
hero
proper
power in
names got
LGJ3.
elevated.
Yeah,
by
there's a whole bunch of hero
different guys.
powers in that Eric brought up, right? That Eric made. So yeah. We went over Sarul with monsters last week. So isn't Joydy one? Joydy's not in here, is she? No, Joydy's not in here either in 3rd edition. Kuroth's not in this one either. They're in Levengrach Journal. Is Joydy a deity or hero deity? Kuroth is the original hero god of theft and
She's
treasure fighting.
hero
Let me bring. All right, let me just do this. I can bring up living. I can bring it up. I think. Let me just go my living GREYHAWK folder. I know it's in there. Okay. Oh, it's under the Blood of Heroes article, isn't it? Okay. Hero gods. So here we go. So they created a whole bunch of hero gods. Remember Eric was talking about these? Levengrach Journal 3. Yeah, we went over this when we were going over the Levengrach journals. Oh, let's see this. Wow, I can't even read that. I went to the powers, 5e powers. I can't see that, Mike. What is it? What does it say? Oh, it's Sam linking that. I'm sorry, it's Sam linking that. Yeah, I can't. It's off my laptop. I can't even read it. It's so small. That's cool. All right. So you're saying, let's see. There's Darren. There's Charmelaine, Daoud, Genwar. There's a lot of them here. Here's Joydes here. Hero goddess of deception, espionage, and protection. So that fits definitely. I'm shocked that it took that long to have Joydy put into because you had Joydy's mask, right? You have Joydy's the gem, which is in Slavers. Yep, flighty, mischievous. There's another one here. Joydy's clerks usually work as spies for persons of power, whether nobles, generals, prestigious merchants, or spellcasters.
She's definitely got a lot more lore weight behind her because of Ivid, worshipped in the Iron League. She got Jehoiades' children, the mask. There's a lot to work with there.
There is, and it's surprising. Like I said, it's surprising that I don't recall anything written like here. Kellenen's in here, but Kellenen goes all the way back to the quasi deity article and Dragon 70. So it's in the 60s, actually. Keodim's in here too, another hero deity. Yeah, so
Arasar.
all right, so let's go to, so Kurath should be right here. Kurath, hero god of theft and treasure finding. So let's see, sponsored by Old Damara, right? So you said here's one of the sponsors, Kurath and Rudd, right? Or the two. After risky quest of her laughing road, Kurath is gaining recognition more than just sages of old. An Iridian man with a medium length black hair and fancy mustache. So he's a hero deity too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just must have been the thief that got the highest level at some point, and Oladamar said, "Welcome to the club." So I guess if you two could have a hero deity character if your levels high enough.
It says here the ultimate challenge is taking something that its owner does not want you to have. Well, yeah. That's all right. We're good. So yeah, did you say that you wanted to talk about those two, the elevation? You said you wanted to go back to something, Mike, or is that something different?
The elevation. No, just that he has that Oladamar sponsored two gods, which is kind of rare. A lot of them, it's just one and done.
Right.
Good
point.
Whatever. Now, between the two, I think I prefer Rudd. Rudd is one of my faves. But Kuroth, I did indirect. I used the quill, not the
Rudd's on
god.
there.
I used the quill in an epic campaign once. Good times.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Let me go back here. There's Rudd. All right. So Rudd is the charmed duelist, demigoddess of chance, good luck, and skill. So once again, another one who descended to godhood with Aldemara's help.
This is another Andy Miller article creation.
Okay.
Lot of the lores from
Is that
that
263 again? I'm gonna have to find
somewhere
that one.
around there. 265.
265. Okay. Well, thank you for that. I will take a look. Let's see here. What's it say here? Depend upon skill for success, but also for good fortune. Never rule out long shot, but don't count on it. Successful people make their own luck at a gaming table or in a duel, especially if they buck the odds with expertise. The ability to recognize good luck and seize its possibilities divides the heroes from the fools. So that's
this Rudge should be more popular. It was like she was ready made for the current era of D&D, I feel.
Was it just because she came in at third, so that a lot of the old schoolers like me don't use her?
It's just, there was nothing written about her up till third.
Right.
Right.
And once again, it says here, some say she was one of the 9 demigods trapped by the Archmage Zagig. So, but someone said, Curtis, someone said old Damara went in for her or something. Well, that's nice of him. Yeah. So I'm just looking here on anything else here.
Hello, Curtis.
They work on gambling, establishment schools of fencing and archery, counsel the novice to continue training and caution, particularly. All right. So, yeah, she's more, I mean, she's.
Gary brings up a good thing here. So I think this must be a retcon. Ola Damara tried to rescue Rudd.
Okay.
But I think in the original Dragon article, Ola Damara is just trying to steal from Zagig and gets captured. So I think that got converted to Ola Damara was trying to break out Rudd. Or maybe I'm confusing the two.
All right, so you're saying that the lore between the original article and this got tweaked a little bit. That's fine.
Yeah.
Curtis, what's going on? We'll see you Saturday for a fun one. Yes. I don't know if I updated the title in the shout out though. So I did change the name of it.
I've never used Rudd in a game campaign, sadly.
I did Fistful of.
But I have used her in my comics a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have any that I'm aware of. I don't have any players that are, like I said, we were set in our ways a long time ago. But that doesn't mean that there aren't any that are just straight thieves or mage thieves or something. I just don't even know. They may be worshippers of Rudd, and I just hasn't come up because they're not, trying to get spells. So, they're not priests. It's very possible. All right, I have one. It's super obscure. And we're just gonna say it's not a Greyhawk deity. It's not. So yeah, Kurel's a highly underused villain. Yes, Gary, I agree on that.
Yeah.
I agree. Villain. A lot. All the pantheons have a lot of like Loki types that are villains, right? Is he? He's not a villain on the IU's level where he's trying to dominate the world, but he's a villain. Kurel's, a villain where he's trying to go after Oldemara and Norobo's place, right? The question is that that's a good sidebar for an event, for
Kurel should talk to Pyremus about stealing someone else's
yeah,
portfolio.
well,
Yeah.
but
Well,
Pyrene.
I guess oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Anna. Go ahead. I was
going to say, is that kind of common that gods they try to? It's a turf war between deities to steal portfolios if one god is not very active in that area, that field, then another god is there stealing the portfolio.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we don't know of any Sul already in crossovers. Like we don't see that. We don't see like
No,
but-
there's more
like
Oridian Flan crossovers in that have melded into common. But Istus is one of these that have melded into a common god.
but no, that's
from
allying
the
with another deity from another pantheon is what I mean.
No, exactly. But they
Yeah.
merge into the common. They're being worshipped across since ethnicity become more of a melting pot. So, yeah.
Yeah. I had never heard that, man. For
Ah,
Hexagray stole Rithnal's portfolio war in later writing. Yeah. Sometimes it's just better to leave the original stories alone. Yes, but it's okay. Because Rithnal's just a god of slaughter. I don't know, god of tactics. Big difference, but that's okay. All right.
Slaughter is part of war too. Yeah.
Well, not really.
The dark side of war. Yeah.
It could be, but it's not war. It's so.
It's war, but no rules. Yeah.
Well, walking down the street and killing 5 people with your knife is not war.
It's war if you do it against your enemy.
Anything, I guess, is war if you do it against your enemy.
Well, if it's one big faction against another one, then yeah. If it's
right.
It's not person to person, but it's faction to faction or country to country, then yeah. It's war by terrible means, so to speak.
I see no logical tactics to Erythnal.
No, exactly, and war doesn't necessarily need to be logical tactics. That's usually the case if you want to be successful, yes. But if you just want to punish your enemy, then
all day in Baltimore. That's funny.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah.
The Free Reavers aren't making war on people out there. They're going out and they're raiding and killing. And I see it as I'm splitting hairs. All right, so I got
Me
one.
too.
I got one. I got one left.
Yeah.
One left. And don't tell me this isn't one. It's not. It is my campaign. So there. So bards.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, I have a Forgotten Realms deity we could steal too. So we'll see if you come up with the same as me. Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely not the same one. We're going to Dragon 65. Now, in here, see what this says? Celtic Mythos. There's a great article in here that supplements the original Celtic mythology from deities and demigods. 2 deities in here I have pulled out of this article. We all agreed it's perfect. One of them is Ceranos, which is, Sylvanus is written in there, but Sylvanus is like, no one knows where that came from. It's more of a Roman god version. Yeah, that's one, Michael. Ceranos is awesome. Ceranos also go on the Wild Hunt, but there's one other one in here that is nowhere else that I know of, and that's the god of bards. The god of bards. So let me go down to this. I can remember what page it was on. I should have. Whoop. I think I'll buy it again. I know I'm going to get you all sick here. Let me just see what page it was on. So I'm not running around here. I had it to it and then I moved it up. 47. Okay. Here we go. So this is, there we go. It's called Tuatha De Danann, and this is a really good revised Celtic mythos article. Really goes over a lot of the stuff that's in, and maybe enhances them a bit or makes some changes here and there. Here's one that did not make the cut from the original Celtic article, but we use them, and here it is. It's Kerber. Kerber is basically he's the god of all bards. He's supposedly the best bard in all the lands, and he's
Well,
so
Celtic. Yep.
Celtic, yes. And so a lot of our bards are worshippers of Kerber, because Kerber wanders the prime material, and will and if he comes across one of his worshippers and one of his bards, he will challenge them to a bard, competition. And if the competitor wins, they get raised a level. We actually had it happen one time in my campaign. Way back in the 80s, it happened. Kerber came across someone, and he beat him, which is pretty cool. So, and it says here, evil bards will fare somewhat worse at his hands as serious bardic combat was. So he's not a fan of the evil bard. So he's neutral good. So it was a deity like I saw a hole in mind, because there's no Rud back. There's no bardic deities really that much. Oldemara is one, but people, like I said, my guys don't like Oldemara for some reason. So for my Greyhawk, Manfred, I have Kerber in there. I also have my Leaky and a lot of Finnish deities. Leviator's been in my game since 1980. There were no Greyhawk deities in 1980. So Kerber's one we added. I don't have a specialty priest of them, but we have him in as one that bards revere. There you go. Just sharing. And there's Serenus. And Serenus is one of our base core druid deities. Neutral evil. Yep. And the Wild Hunt is so awesome. Yeah. All right. Did you want to contest with Kerber too? Because we did that. We did that in our game. All right, Anna, you got a Forgotten Realms one.
Yeah, it's not Forgotten Realms to begin with. It was actually, I've checked the sources. It began with Races of the Dragon in the that was kobolds and a few others, and was actually an elven draconic deity in 3rd edition, Lull, that was then added into Forgotten Realms stuff too. And it's the bard, the jester, the pursued, the keeper of tales. So it's like the draconic bardic deity that is also an elven deity in 3rd edition core. It was like a crossover between elves and dragons deity, and I like that idea, so I used Lull in my Greyhawk. So as a crossover between elven pantheon and draconic
Where's it published?
Races of the Dragon from 3rd edition.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's mentioned in there. So
Didn't
yeah.
have that.
No, it's one of these accessory books. I'll see if I can probably find it here somewhere.
Khatun not a real deity.
Yeah. Here we go. I think it was
The
this
Kaiser
book.
Soze.
Yeah. I think it was this book. Races of the Dragon.
Some connect Odin to the Wild Hunt. Odin's Norse. How can you connect Odin to the Wild Hunt? It's a Norse god. That's a new one. I never heard that, Sam. We have either the Master of the Hunt or Serenus doing the Wild Hunts. It's long and complicated. That's what she said. I covered all mine with Kerber. Kerber was the last one. It is. Hey, man, for all I know, he could be a relative of mine there, Gary.
Ooh.
So it's an elven/draconic deity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was from Forgotten Realms?
Then it's been used in Forgotten Realms.
Okay.
Yeah, in later. Yeah, it's listed here as, and there's a god called Garrix here too. Yeah, the Fire Lord, the Cleanser of Worlds.
I've
That's
heard of that one.
Yeah. So let's see here. Alal. Yeah. Alal, the Keeper of Tales, from page 155, listed in the back here. So it's yeah.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it, but I don't know. I mean,
Dragons, bards, and spellcasters.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also allied with Io and a bunch of other draconic deities and stuff. So it was one of these. I like it. I like the story. It fits my campaign really well there. So yeah.
Yeah, Sam, I'll give this to you. In theory, it's connected to the Wild Hunt. In theory, it's the first time I've ever heard that. If you talk to the Irish and who know Celtic lore, they may laugh at you and say that's just the Norse trying to get their fingers into
Remember
everything.
that the Nordic we came and invaded.
Right.
They might have
I got
taken the
I got it. Not the Celts though.
Danelaw was a
Yeah.
big thing in Britain for
Yeah.
what is it, 400 or 500 years? Yeah.
Right, but we're not like I said. The Celts were around 3,000 years before that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was
Yeah.
about 2,000 years.
Right.
maybe
It's all
300,
blurry.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. That was pre-Romans. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh my God, by a long time. So it is what it is. That's news to me. So, like I said, in theory, that's All right. Any others?
Yeah, Grasset could, yeah, definitely should add him to one of the trickster ones. Yeah.
Really?
Mhm. I think so. Yeah, he's cool. Lust and all that, but not so much thievery, maybe. But if you,
Who's
yeah.
going to worship him?
Oh, I have it. Flan cult. It was their love god deity for when they wanted to go. The ancient Ollidamara. When you want to go off the rails completely and have a good party, he's your guy. Yeah.
Yeah, we
When you
covered
want to turn it
Raxor
into
last
a
week.
cult. Yeah, when you want to turn it into a cult, can you imagine a Grasset rave in the wee hours in the night? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of
Okay.
awesome. Yeah.
What's up, Phoenixy? Mike, what do you got? You got any others or any other?
Okay, so here's my cutting room floor stuff.
Yes.
Okay,
let's
good.
hear it.
Okay, Farlangan.
Farlane, the
Uh-huh.
Wanderer. Yes.
He is a 20th level thief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he just likes to walk around, but
Yeah.
he's he's roguish at heart apparently.
But I don't get it that he's not for stealing things. That's not his thing. But sneaking around and keeping an eye on things. Yeah.
Yeah. Heward. 20th
Yes,
level bard.
that was my list. He's the bardic deity too. Yeah.
Yeah. Also heavy on technology.
Yeah.
Technology god. Dalt.
Dalt. Yeah.
He's all about locks and portals and things.
There we go. Yes.
One of his normal
That's a good one.
depicted as an old white-haired guy, but his other depiction is a young red-haired thief.
Mm-hmm. Well, thieves need
Dalt's a
to
good
get
one.
into places, so yeah, locks.
Definitely a good one.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was mentioned earlier in chat. Cyril, definitely a con artist deity.
Yep.
That fits in there. Big on the soul pantheon.
Yeah. What about Charlemagne? The keen senses, narrow escapes.
Charlemagne.
Charlemagne, yeah.
Charlemagne,
Yeah.
right? That's in Living Grok Journal 3.
I never
right?
understood that one. I think
No,
the article
me neither, but it's just
wanted
listed
a
in
balance.
the Living Greyhawk deities. Yeah.
That article had to be balanced. I mean, there's even a half orc
Right.
hero god.
So they just added something to
Yeah,
round out
'cause
the numbers.
like Jay already demonstrated, there's plenty of halfling and gnome or whatever. roguish.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Here it is. Got it.
Yeah.
She's a goddess of keen senses and narrow escapes.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Farling and Brandon Barris, it says.
Yeah, yeah. To
So-
me, yeah, it's one of these fill out the numbers kind of. Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Because someone had Charlemagne on the brain when they named her. Yeah, and
And we named Ervan Illiser. You talked
that was the
about
first
him.
one of the first
Yep,
ones with Elven
Yep.
deities. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, when I was doing researching up on this,
Yeah.
I didn't even think
It's
I
a
didn't
good
even
one.
go outside of human gods, and I
Yeah.
had over a dozen.
Right, and
Yeah.
I went with the base demi-humans.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
we have a
there's-
kobold god
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I was going
Yeah,
to say we're
Grak
not even
Nulak.
necessary to
Gak
go
Nulak.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monster mythology.
Gak Nulak.
sure,
That's Raxavor. They're like, they're
Raxavor.
thieving gods of
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
he stole from Grazil. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Both correct
So
on
there's,
that.
so I think to sum this up, there's a ton of rogue gods,
Yeah.
but very few
Worshipped.
rogue god clerics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God Helen, an elven one.
Which don't know that one.
Yeah.
Living
we
Greyhawk
mentioned
guest here, the hero god of independence, outlawry,
Gadfillion.
feasting, hunting.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was
It's the old Damara of the
fill-in-the-blank.
elves. Yep. Chaotic neutral. Yep.
It's an outlaw. I'm looking here. It says it's an elven noble outlaw. Yeah, I think they're filling this article up, right?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm looking at the deity list from the Living
Yeah.
Greyhawk campaign. They had an official deity list, so I'm going over that one.
Well,
if that
It's
article had
tons of
come
them.
out in 4E and after, there would be a dragonborn and a tiefling hero god.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
and a freaking Goliath
Right.
and a
Well,
Minotaur.
they have to, yeah.
No,
Well,
it would
they have
be.
to have.
Yeah, there would be. No, you're dead on that. Yeah, Charlemagne the God. Charlemagne.
And that's not a criticism. That's just
That's just an
Well, it was the
observation.
nature. It was
I
the nature
personally
of the.
think a tiefling
Yeah.
rogue god would be awesome.
Definitely
Yeah.
draconic powers. Yeah, I like.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Yeah,
Not
too-
interested in dragons.
Oh, I'm very interested in dragons. I
I-
But
think
not
they're
their
cool.
I know Anna
deities.
is.
Oh, that too. That's part of dragon culture. Yeah.
Not ones I've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's too
Well,
many. Balamut and Tiamat are enough for me.
well, you
I'm the
have
same
Io,
day.
then a couple of their over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Io being an over god.
They're
Right.
intelligent. They have culture, and whether you consider it culture or not, but they are, yeah. And some of them are more barbaric than others, but that they have deities there, I think it's clear. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
but we're not the main RP focus
whatever.
of the campaign's not centered around
No.
that's I think that's
So,
it.
but meaning your villains have deities too. Yeah.
They
So you
do.
can make them uber villains.
There's a lot of them. A lot of them, and I completely forgot about that Living Greyhawk Journal article, where and I remember Eric had said, we had to really fill it out, and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what they did. And some
Well,
of them
it was
are
the
really
nature.
good.
Yeah, it was the nature of the beast, so to speak, the living Greyhawk. They had to fill out the numbers, so everybody got something. So yeah.
But I think there are only so many hero deities that you don't want to overdo it. Like I really when I take a look at those books are great. Those Forgotten Realms books, Powers and Pantheons and all are and all the Demian deities. There are too many. I mean, it's like this, and the print is so small. There's way too many deities.
No, but
Way
yeah, but
too many
could
deities.
it be like when we talk deities, these hero deities are deities to be, and if they compete too much, the other ones will kick them out or kill them off. And so it's the hero deities might not have that good of a shelf life, so to speak.
Well,
to-
but they also have
if-
worshippers. They wouldn't be
yeah,
deities.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be
Right.
even quasi or hero or whatever. But
Right.
what I'm saying is that the other gods might take offense. So when they become powerful enough, that there's a large culling. So there might not be that many hero deities that actually make it into demigod status or
Yeah.
above, so to speak. So you
don't
meaning
like
worship
it.
them quickly before they're gone, so to
Right.
speak. So yeah.
Kellen used to be special because he was a hero god. The others were quasi deities. I feel like all these others that were made jumped the line.
I agree. But then again, that's what happened in third edition. Everyone jumped the line.
Yeah.
There's a lot of line jumping in third. That's okay.
Yeah.
So I got a little
love
bit
killing
of extras here.
Yes.
So the Manual of the Planes, like I probably mentioned in the previous episode,
Yes.
the Manual of the Planes 3rd edition is awesome
Okay.
because it goes into the homes of a lot of these deities.
Ta-da! It's an
Awesome.
awesome
She's got
book.
it.
Fantastic book.
Who
So
wrote it?
for instance, I don't remember.
Jeff Grubb,
Grubb did
Bruce
it after the first
Cordell,
one.
and David Noonan.
Oh, that's
Yep.
a great
Okay.
group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So for instance, Ola Damara's home is the Den of Ola Damara. All right. And it's this rambling maze of rooms and buildings that I guess is to test, your Rogus metal.
I may have to find that.
Purell, probably not in Manual of the Planes. This is probably from Annie Miller's article. His home is in Limbo. He actually has 2 homes, apparently. One is called the House of Locks. And then in Pandesmos, he has the shit, I can't even read my own handwriting. Oh, the House of the Bitter Hand. All right. Let's see what else I got here.
Nice.
Pyremus's home is called the Black Volcano. That's kind of self-explanatory. He lives in a fiery place, underground, probably. Let's see, Noribos temples, of course, are the Church of the Big Gamble. Yeah. I can't remember if that was the name of his home, though. I'll have to check into that. I have a list of these on my blog, by the way. Farlangen's home plane, of course, is Orth. But that's just a few, for example, that they have cool names here. I found the article. Can post it.
Really cool. So they really they added in some
Yeah.
some nice detail in that, which is nice. All right, so there you go. There's your GREYHAWK deity realms. Cool, man. Look at that. Wow, this is great, Mike. All of them.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot. Like I said, most of them are probably from Manual of the Planes, but I do know that the Dragon Magazine articles also kind of occasionally would go into their.
Cyril, Castle of Beautiful Lies and Castle of Ugly Truth. That's funny.
Yes.
That is funny.
Good stuff.
So they really added in a lot of they started detailing up like the home realm in the plane, which is really cool. It's good to see that they did that.
And that's stuff you needed to know back in the day, especially you're running Planescape, because you could actually go visit these places,
right in Planescape. Yeah,
so you
absolutely.
needed to know, okay, where's Naribo hangout. So
and that is that's funny. Sorry, I think I hit Salty by accident there. Where Oldemar. No, and Jeff Grubb, that was his Planescape, right? Jeff was the creator, really did all the writing on it.
yeah.
I'm thinking, he wrote up a whole bunch of great things on it. Excuse me.
That about covers it.
All right. What other questions do we have? Any other questions from the audience? I know Sam's listed 1,000 things. Some of them I haven't heard of ever. Because the new canon is subjective. No, nothing. Wow, it's quiet. Okay.
Hallowed Ground. Yes.
All right, it's all good. All righty. So, without any questions, we can go into
Yes, the Winchester Mystery House.
Yes.
I couldn't think of the name of that. That's where
you did, Sam. You go deep, man. You go so deep. You go deeper than that 7-mile deep hole in Russia. Where they actually
7 mile deep.
There's a hole that's 7 miles deep in Russia.
Oh yeah, but I think it's a borehole. They have a one big day mine. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one
they
is
tried
not
to get to the
7 miles.
mantle and they couldn't make it. It was getting all
Yeah, but
mushy
that
down.
was the drilled thing, not the big hole you see like this. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think
No, the
that's
top
that
of
big.
it, the top of it's a mine, and then they started boreholing down deeper
Oh,
than
okay,
that. Yeah,
gotcha.
it's really
Okay.
crazy. But
Yeah.
just like holy jeez, it's nuts. 7 miles.
Hmm.
It's deeper than the Marianas Trench, you know. So
Yeah.
fun stuff. All right. Let's see what everyone's doing. What's going on, Mike? What do you got going on, man? What's going on with you?
Oh, well, I just been linking blog stuff all day, right? So
Right.
here's my latest comic.
Nice.
Yeah, just working on comics, running my Parentland stuff, which is going well.
Saga Volcan Dane 11. Nice.
Be tooling around with my Cleric of Noribo tomorrow in Rich's game.
Cool.
Good times.
Nice. Awesome, man. So, what is that cleric's best power or ability?
Well, right now we're very low level, so I don't have a lot going on.
Okay.
But I've been trying to play a non-lethal character. I use bludgeoning weapons for subdual. And I've just recently learned how to use Mage Hand, so I can attack at distance.
Nice.
So just some stuff. I think one of the coolest things in might be from Rich's system. I have an aura of luck. So everyone around me gets bonuses because I'm lucky. Supposed to be lucky. So it's good stuff.
Excellent.
I work out of a gambling hall, which is doubles as the temple.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Excellent, man. Let me see here. What other fun things you got going on, man? That's really great.
Yeah.
It's great to see that. How many times were you picking up? Once a week still? Weekly, bi-weekly?
Rich's is bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly, okay.
My Parentland home campaign is weekly.
Weekly on Tuesdays.
Wow.
Yeah, they just hit 5th level, so this is where it all changes.
Mhm.
Kid gloves are off.
Well,
Because like 5th level 5e characters may as well be 10th level characters.
Wait. What was that? 5th level 5e
Oh yeah,
characters or 10th level?
you get a huge
They're
boost in
very
power
tough.
level
They're
from
very
4 to
tough.
5th. Yeah.
From
Yeah.
4th to.
4 to 5th, there's a huge difference. It's like
Yeah.
man.
4th level is still
That's
beginners.
where all the big spells and powers kick in. That's how it's
Yeah.
always been. Fireball,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah, you get 3rd level spells and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like in old school. Yeah. 5th level wizard, and you're like,
Yeah, but
"Whoa,
it
I
doesn't
threw
jump.
a-"
It doesn't jump up through the.
Oh yes, it
They're
jumped up
4th
through
level.
the roof.
They were 4th level. 5 characters, 4th level. I threw a CR 11 monster at them last night. No problem. They're all seasoned adventurers. Just what can you do?
Mm-hmm.
Throw multiple monsters at them.
Yep.
That's what
Just
you have
more
to
monsters.
do, right?
More monsters. Yep.
More monsters. That's it. I always throw the minions out there to to occupy while the baddie can get off its good stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, Mike, thanks, man. Thanks for giving us a lot of good details on this one. Yep.
Yeah, it was a good one. I can't wait to see how we follow this one up.
Well, we'll figure something out. So we always do, right? This is 297. We're almost to the 300th Legends and Lore. Almost number 300 coming up. I don't know what's going on.
I'm been working a couple of days really hard on my sources database because I needed to get that one started whip up because I promised it this summer, so I need to start getting it done. So I'm up to soon 300 of the stuff. So I'm going through all the provinces and stuff, and I found like 20 little misspelling typos or whatever. So it's and I also found some heraldry that Mike did that I missed. Yeah, your all heraldry.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't think if it's what I'm thinking of, I didn't do those.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
They're on your website.
Braggy did those.
Oh, okay.
You talking about all the different Conate
Yeah, all different all
shields?
ones.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Braggy did those.
Okay, okay, yeah. So I will have my go at them and my
Okay.
my version, and so there will be a bunch. I'll send them to you first for confirmation
There's
and yeah.
definitely a lot of thought put behind them, though. He did his
Exactly. There was a lot
research
of thought.
on them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like them. So that yeah. So that is. So I have a whole big batch of heraldry in the
Braggy did
planning
them.
too.
That's cool.
But my sources database, I will work on that for a few more days just to whip that up because I want to for two reasons. One, to have you a source database, and that will be posted update on my blog very soon. And when we go past like 400 stuff, so I have all the political names lined up fairly soon, and they will come with links, and they will be categorized, and they will have the research data, so you can have reference to go with them. So and there's one that I come up that I've made it to the map. I have no damn clue how it made there. So that is one that missed that I don't know where the heck I found that one. So I know I didn't come up with it, but all the references are lost, so to speak. So we'll see if that one disappears or not. But there are probably about 20 or so little updates. And that's the other goal with this is that I will update my Geopack database and there will be a new version of the 598 map. And then when this is done, I can make the 576 map because I don't want to update two different ones. So once I've done with this big revision later this summer, then there will be a new updates on of the all the stuff. And this is the stuff that I should have done 10 years ago, but better late than never. And the good thing is we will have the database and it will be available. That's the other thing. I will also update the whole website. It's on my Notion database and I will use that for content delivery. So, and it will come with the heraldry and stuff. And it will also, it, that way I can see all the holes that don't have heraldry, and that way I know which one to concentrate on plugging the holes, so to speak.
Okay.
So yeah, and yeah, that is the and also I'm prepping for some conventions. I have 4 conventions in the next 12 months.
Nice.
So I'm prepping for them. So there will be an Hawktails Alpha version 2. The first one that will be public version, so to speak. The first one has just been for my internal testing. The second one, I intend to put together an unedited, I have to emphasize that, unedited PDF with all the rules in it, so to speak, so people can start taking a look. That is coming this summer or fall too. So there's very little being posted. I'm very sorry for that, but there is a heck of a lot going on. So there will be, and there will be on Friday there will be a live stream because I'm working on the Shieldlands map that is also starting to take shape. There's a couple of niggly issues that I probably have to do in Photoshop to get to do that. So there will be Photoshop editing and stuff, and then that will be ready for final assembly and texturing next week. So then we can have the first, what is it, like 100,000 square miles of the new Flanice mapping standard, so to
insane.
speak. Yep. And it's looking good. It will look really, really good. It's just that I'm perfectionist when it comes to this. If I see one little issue, no, I'm going to fix it. So I'm re-rendering until I get it good enough. So and then now there's a couple of issues that I probably just have to paint over the ugly bits in Photoshop to get it done with. So yeah. So I do that in the background as I'm working on this. So yeah, so there's very little to show at the moment, but there is a lot of work going on that I think will be beneficial for going forward in the future. Especially the sources database is something that a lot of people are have nagged me on for years, and now I'm actually sitting down and doing it. And it's great because I find so much stuff that I need to take notes of, and so it's a godsend for correcting things and to find more things to study and so on when I go over things. So yeah, so it's great. So yeah, so that's
So,
the that was it.
all right. Very cool. So let's see. What do we have going on? I mean, it's too much, of course. No, it's not too much.
Good one, Snorker. I'm going to copy that list. Thank you. Yeah.
So because Walt's not coming, I switched up. We'll go back to the high level one next week. This is a blow up. Now it says Stone Queen there on the sign, but this is actually the Violet Eyed Lady in Altamira. You have 3 characters right here. It's kind of funny. Some of these characters may not. Well, that's Tom Spence, thief. You have Juliana and Moreau. Juliana is a dark elf. Moreau is a deep gnome, illusionist thief, and she's a cleric mage. Anyone get the joke yet? Moreau, Moroe, and Juliana.
I don't get it.
Moreau, unscramble Moreau. Her name's Juliana. His name's Moreau.
I'm half dyslexic.
Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, there you go. I don't.
Right?
I never get
So,
stuff like that. I
okay,
can
so,
say
yeah.
the letters, but I have no
Yeah,
clue.
so Alan plays one, and then Bill plays the other, and they've been together. They're part of the Omega Patrol, and so they're
Awesome.
going into the Violet Lady. Yes, a deep gnome and a dark elf that have been together. They fled the Underdark because of their love. So
Oh, cool.
they're going into the Violet Lady. What could possibly go wrong? That's how the adventure. It's a one shot. Starts, and then here's some keep somewhere else. Part of the adventure there, and so that tomorrow night's adventure is confrontation at the Violet-Eyed Lady, the Mega Patrol. That's tomorrow night. Printing goes ever on. Sponsorship. They're starting a brand new Kickstarter coming up, and I'm going to share a lot of new ads for them tomorrow night. We'll get that rolling, and that is Thursday. So it's a little reshuffle. Saturday's game. A fistful of ... The Night of Yuluk adventure. So we got Coco, we got Brett, we got Curtis, and we got Rob Phantom. I may add one to two more players possibly. That'll be at 11. That way, Curtis and Brett at West Coast, they only start at 8:00. So there you go, 11 a.m. For our Saturday game. Yeah, and that'll be characters that are 8th and 9th level. Yeah. So that's Saturday, Sunday night. Doug Niles. Come with your questions. Man, the guy's written a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And we can talk about the Marika crap for you guys messing around with his deity out of N1.
Oh, yeah. America. Yeah.
America, yes.
Yep.
So, and Cult of the Reptile God, plus all the other great things he's written. Plus now, let's see if we can remember that he did half of the Free City Grout box set. He had no recollection when I talked to him about it, which is really funny. The next week, we have a Saturday game that's at 10. The Champions at Avon, and that's a TBD. I'm still working on that. But next Sunday, a week from this Sunday, is this Ed Greenwood one. There Be Dragons, introducing elements beyond the campaign focus. Going to go deep, some deep lore here, some deep ideas, and that will be a week from Sunday.
Yeah, I'm putting the link to my Patreon down there where you can see the posts.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
Then way out is the 24-hour live stream. Saturday, July 5th, it starts at 10 in the morning, and we go till we finish. So we'll have 5. Those are the 5 players. Coco, Curtis, Brett, Timothy, and Korg all have their characters. I'm going to add 1 to 2 characters per break time or rest time. I've already asked the early people that they haven't got back to me yet, but the middle people are set. So Curtis, you get to play with Ed later on, as Ed will be joining you. Ravalantar will join you during the middle of the adventure, along with someone else. All right, so Ed is already confirmed for this. Yes, so that'll be fun. Yes, so Ed Green, and I'm requesting this on the Twitch front page too. We'll see if that happens, but I can't do that till the beginning of June for July. So we'll set up for the morning and we'll see if we get it. So that's what's going on. That's the big event coming up. I will get the Virtual GrowCon stuff up too, because we got to start getting signups for that going. So, all right, that's what's going on. Look at that, we went right to 9. All right, let's see. Having regulars playing some games with you. We're going to elaborate on that. What do you mean by regulars? It's a casualty. My Thursday guys? Yeah. The problem with that, yeah, I do that for cons, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you why. There's too many to offer, right? There's just too many of his, and that's why conventions is where I say get in and sign up. Go to a convention, and I'd be more than happy to DM for you. Seriously, and that's what I normally say. It's tough.
We should also have a virtual
tough.
GREYHAWK con.
Yeah, the virtual GreyHawk 2 is coming up too. There's
Yep.
another place.
That
Virtual
we need
GreyHawk
to-
page, yeah, that's where
Yep.
it's just because I don't, if that floodgate, I honestly, I get, to be honest, I get 2 to 5 requests a week
Yep.
for people who want to jump in.
Yep.
I can't. I'd love to.
Yeah,
You know?
and
So,
I'm going to start running.
Yeah.
Hopefully by fall or
Yeah.
winter, I will start running regular online
it's hard.
sessions.
It's really hard.
Yeah, so I'm
am I
going to. That's my goal to
Yeah.
to start running regular play test sessions. Will start a little bit in a while when I have my Alpha 2 run ready, because then I need to play test that one. So then I will have a bunch of play test. But then I want to run like a West Marches style campaign in the future. Yep. So I run like once a week or so. So that will be yeah.
And also note, hey, you can get in on the joust. I mean, regulars can sign up for that. You know, there's a lot of.
Yep.
There are opportunities. It's just, you know,
that's good. That's good, Norker, and
Yeah.
thank you. It's a casualty. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I want
appreciate
to.
that. Just know I don't ever want to exclude anyone. It's just a matter of. Yeah.
And I want to run more games, and that's the plan. But I want to have my own setup, and I want to run online games like at least once a week, and hopefully run like short, like single session or short campaigns, like 1 to 5 sessions. That's the hope to have in the future. Yeah.
And I've been pushing a game every Saturday just because of me and my mental state. Because my next hip surgery is in August. You just don't know, right? I'm trying to stuff as much content as I can in right now.
Yeah.
So.
And now I have a bunch of
Cool.
convention games that I'm planning to do now too. So yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, these cons are asking for stuff so far out.
Oh yeah.
I'm
planning for 4 conventions that are the next 12 months.
I got
Page next year.
I got all my games in a Page already.
Yeah.
I made up names that are very generic so that I can change around whatever the content is, because I just, you know, for 3 games.
GaryCon, Page, Game
it's too
Hall,
much.
and then one secret in the summer. So
it's so far ahead, it's ridiculous what they're asking. So,
yeah.
All right, so yep, and that'll be coming up to Rob. I'll get that. I'm going to be working on that shortly and start getting that up. Normally, by the end of June we start having registration and event sign up for it. So we're still, yep. Hey, it's all right, Rob. I don't blame you.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
I don't blame you with that. And I'm supposed to have Ron Meichner on in June. I'm supposed to go on his thing on Friday night soon too, but we'll see. All right, so here we go. Last exclamation point drawing. Let's see who wins. If you don't have this is your chance to get against the slave lords. All right. All the A's. And if you do have it, then we'll get you something else. All right. Let's see. Any last exclamation point drawings? Hey, Star. Good to see you. Here we go. Closing it out. Star plays a week from Saturday as well. Alrighty, let's see. Winner, chicken dinner here. Greg! Justinius. Congrats.
awesome.
All right, I'm going to let the audience choose. Are we rating into Bones or Guild Superior? You tell me. All right. Are we rating the Bones or Guild Superior? Don't all reach out at once. Bones, Guild, Bones is 2-1. Even up. It's even. Bones is 3-2. Bones is 4-2. Guild Superior, Bones. I think. Wow.
Very even, which is cool because they're both great.
I think Bones has got it. Bones will probably rate it to them when she's done. So
yeah.
All right. So Bones has got it by a hair, but Bones has it. That's the fairest way to do it. So, and a 24-hour stream, month and a half out. All right, Mike, Anna, thanks. Great show.
Oh, thank you guys.
We'll figure it out for next week. We'll try and keep the content coming. With something fun. I think we'll get off Deities for a bit, but maybe go to something else, a little named, named, some other named things. We'll think of things.
Yep.
Yeah. right. Maybe how about unique named magic items?
Oh, we have a list. Yeah.
I would say Rick's got a list.
Yeah. mhm.
Rick, if you're around next Saturday, I mean next Wednesday, I think that would be a
Yeah.
good one.
That will be a great one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll
All right,
see. Yeah,
yeah.
we'll see. If he's in on it, then we do it. Otherwise, we
Yeah.
come up with something else. Yep.
Let me sign up. Yeah, named magic items. All right, Greg, got it. All right, so if Rick can come on, we'll do that. And if he can't, we'll just see within the next 3 weeks. Maybe we'll make that the 300th
Yeah, then we
episode.
schedule it with him. But
Yeah,
he can
'cause
come on.
Imagine
Come on.
that being the 300th episode. That would be cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's coming up to 300.
For Legends of Lore, this was 297. Yeah, it's getting there.
Then we need to have some extra big with lots of guests. That would be fun. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
300. Alrighty. See you all tomorrow night, 7:30 for a fun romp in Altamira. Oh, I hit the raid button too quick. Whoops. I hit it too fast there.
75. Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people were there already. Let's make sure I got this. All right, let me exit this.